Hypixel Bedwars. It doesn't even have to be on Hypixel. It can be on any other server. It doesn't even matter. Maybe it even has another name on another server. But this is Hypixel Bedwars. And I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips to be good as soon as you start playing Bedwars. Point number 1. Speedbridging. Speedbridging is really important. To be honest, speedbridging might be one of the most important things actually. I'll just be showing you guys how to speedbridge pretty quickly. Just to quickly explain to you how speedbridging works, first you will need some blocks. Here I have some blocks. In my case, it's red wool, because of my skin being red, and obviously on Hypixel you use wool. First, what you will want to do is go right to the block, and then look about in the middle of it with your cursor. Everybody has a different cursor. In my case, I have this one right now. It's a cross, and you will try and get it in the middle of the wool, or the block that you're using. Then, you hit shift to crouch, or whatever your crouching key is, and lastly, hold the right click. You can obviously also use any other right clicking methods, but to start I would always use just holding right click. Now, what you want to do, you hold right click, then you shift, unshift, shift, unshift. I will now show you in slow motion how to do it. So, first, you right click, then you keep holding S and D, so you go back sidewards. And finally, every time you go back one block, after you place the block, you unshift quickly, still holding S and D, going to the next block and shifting right before you're here again. So you do this. Then you're back here, you place it. Now here, you can see how I would do it. You can also speed bridge diagonally, which I will show you now. To speed bridge diagonally, you pretty much do the same thing, but you wait a little bit longer. So what you do, you aim your crosshair right here. Some people do it around here, but you again aim it about in the middle, and then you want to again hold right click or use any other right clicking method. Once again, for the beginning I would hold right click. Then what you will want to do is you hold right click to place these 2 blocks. They will place pretty much at the exact same time or just a little bit away from each other. When you did that, you will want to unshift, go back here, shift again, then place the next blocks, repeat that. The next tip for new players would be to have hotkeys. Hotkeys are really important. Trust me when I say this. I didn't have hotkeys for a long time, and about just a few weeks ago I got hotkeys because I got a new mouse. And when doing that, I am now way better. So for example, my hotkeys are on the glorious Modelo. One of the mouse buttons goes to my sword, which would usually be my first slot. And I can also then use my second one to go to my blocks or my second slot. Then F will be the third slot. And that's in, for example, Sky Wars. That will be a rod or eggs or something like that. And in Bed Wars, you can use it for anything else. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I just want to say that hotkeys are probably one of the most important things to have. If you don't have them, you will be way worse. Trust me. Now, on to the third point. The third point is W tapping. W tapping is also something I've only been doing for about 2 months now, and it has also really improved my PvP skills. What is W tapping, you may ask? W tapping pretty much makes you be able to get other people into a combo, and since Bedwars doesn't have any projectiles like eggs or fishing rods, W tapping is probably the best way to get people into a combo. What W tapping does is resetting your sprint. I will now show you how to W tap, and that it actually works. To demonstrate this to you, I will use this contraption. Pretty much just blocks and a villager inside of it. Once, I will do it without W tapping, and once with W tapping. With W tapping. without W tapping. As you can see, when I was not W tapping, it took way more hits to get the villager all the way on the back. And with W tapping, well, it took way less. That said, W tapping is one of the best things to do in PvP if you don't have any projectiles like a fishing rod or eggs or snowballs. Now we go on to our fourth point, block hitting. If you don't know what block hitting is, this is block hitting. This is when I hold my sword normally, and when I right click on my mouse button, it block hits. Pretty much what this does, it makes it so the others deal less damage to you. Less damage obviously also means you survive longer, and yeah, that's pretty simple to understand. But if you want to do this, you don't want to spam right click, you want to time it. There's different ways of block hitting. One is probably the harder way. One of the ways is block hitting every hit. This is really hard and not many people are really that good at it, but if you are good at it, you are really good at PvP. How you do this way is you hit every time you left click, you also right click. Or, the more commonly way it is used, is also timing it. Pretty much, you do it every few hits, or when you're under attack, or a bow is being shot at you, you right click, or block hit, so you take less damage. And that will look like this. It can obviously be really irregular. It really depends on what situation you're in, and in that situation you will have to decide if you're going to right click or block hit or not. But block hitting doesn't only help by reducing damage, it also helps because it does more knockback. I will once again use this contraption to show you. To keep the villagers alive longer, I will use a wooden sword. Without block hitting, with block hitting. As you can see, it took only 2 hits to get the villagers all the way back with block hitting, and without block hitting, it took more than that. So once again, it's another great way to PvP, and let's get on to the final point, number 5. For my last tip, it is communication. Communication is good everywhere, at work, playing sports with a team, and in Minecraft. Believe it or not, communication is probably one of the most important ones. Obviously, all 5 things I have on this list are really important, and there's many more to say, but communication is another one I would say is really important. It doesn't matter what kind of communication, but communication in general is really good. Obviously, the best communication would be to be in a call with your teammates. But if you don't have friends, like me, then you can just write and chat with your teammates. All in all, I don't really know how to show you how to communicate. It's pretty self-explanatory. You talk, and that's it. I would recommend Discord, though. It's probably the best way to communicate with your teammates when you're playing a game, and not just Minecraft, but any other games. So yeah, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. And tell me in the comments what you guys thought I did good. If you guys want any more tips, or a further explanation for any of these tips, just tell me in the comments. And yeah, hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.